Welcome to the module on implementing navigation in your application. In this lesson, we will learn about lists in Apex. My name is Apurva and I'm a Senior Product Manager for Oracle Apex. Let's get started. In this video, you will learn about lists in Apex. Later, you will learn how to create static and dynamic lists.
Before we dive into lists, let's review shared components. Breadcrumbs, lists, navigation bar entries are examples of shared components. Shared components are common elements that can be displayed or applied on any page within an application. You can use the tools and wizards on the shared components page either at the application level or on specific pages. The big advantage of shared components is that once you create them, you can add them to any page within your application. To access the shared components page, on your workspace homepage, click the app builder icon and select an application. On the application homepage, click shared components. The shared components page appears. After you select an application, you can even access the shared components page by clicking the shared components icon at the top of the page. The shared components icon consists of a triangle above a circle and a square. This icon displays at the top of most app builder pages, including the application homepage, page designer, supporting objects, and utilities. When you build an Apex application, you can include different types of navigation controls. The available navigation options depend on the application theme. Common navigation controls are lists. A list is a shared collection of links. You control the appearance of a list through list templates. Each list element has a display condition that enables you to control when it displays. Navigation menu. A navigation menu is a list of links that enable users to navigate the pages in an application. Navigation menus are supported only in applications using the universal theme. Breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs provide users with hierarchical navigation. A breadcrumb is a hierarchical list of links that display using templates. You can display a breadcrumb as a list of links or as a breadcrumb path. Navigation bar list. Navigation bar entries offer users a simple navigation path for moving between pages in an application. The location of a navigation bar depends on the associated page template. Navigation bar entries can display as a link from an image or a text. A navigation bar entry can be an image with text beneath it, or simply text. Search configurations. This is a new component introduced into Apex 22.2 to add declarative searches to an application by creating search configurations that contain information about a searchable data source. In this video, let's discuss in detail about lists. So what is a list? A list is a shared collection of links. Each link is called a list entry. You add a list to a page by creating a region and specifying the region type as a list. You control the appearance of a list through list templates. For example, you can create a static list that functions as navigation using the template vertical unordered list with bullets. Oracle Apex supports two types of lists, static lists and dynamic lists. Static lists. When you create a static list, you define a list entry label and a target. This target can either be a page or a URL. You can add list entries when you create the list, creating from scratch, or by copying existing entries, or by adding the list entries. You can control when the list entries display by defining display conditions. Dynamic lists. These are based on SQL query or a PLSQL function executed at runtime. A dynamic list enables you to dynamically create styled list items that support mobile frameworks. To access the lists page, navigate to Shared Components. Under Navigation and Search, click on Lists. The list page is displayed. You see any existing lists under the List tab. From this page, you can either create a new list or copy a list. You can also invoke the Create List wizard in a page designer. Note that you can control how a list displays through templates. Let us now look at the steps involved in creating a static list. First, you access the Create or Edit List wizard and then click on Create. Specify a name for your list and ensure that you select Static for type. Enter the list entries and the respective target values. On the Confirm page, specify your template options and click on Create List. Now let's navigate back to the Apex workspace and I'll show you how we can create a static list. Now there are two ways to create a list. You can either navigate to the Shared Components list page and click on Create, or you can go back to a page where you want to create the list. And in the Page Designer, click on the Shared Components icon in the Rendering tab. Right-click on List and click on Create. Enter a new name for the list. Ensure that the type is static for a static list. Click on Next. For query or static values, under List Entry label, enter a numeric or alphanumeric name for the list entry. For target page ID or custom URL, select a target page or enter a custom URL where you would want it to redirect. I'll go ahead and select an existing page in this application. After you enter the labels and the target values, click on Next. On the Confirm page, specify your options. I'm going to create a list region on this current page and select Page Template Body for region position. You can also select a region template from the following list. For list template, I select Links List and then click on Create List. After you create a list, you can add entries to this list. We already saw how we added 2 list entries while creating the list from scratch. Now you can also add more entries by copying a list entry from within a list or copying existing entries from one list to another. Let's see how we can add additional entries to the list. Navigate to the list page. And select the list that we just created. The list details page appears. Here, click on Create Entry to add a new list entry. Enter the text for the link in the List Entry label field. Under Target, enter the page that you want to associate with this list entry. Now click on Create List Entry. You can also create hierarchical lists that contain sublists. To create a hierarchical list, you must select a list template that supports hierarchical lists. To determine which list template supports hierarchical lists, look for templates having the name convention with sublist. Click on Apply Changes. You can copy a list from the current application or from another application. You can also copy list entries from one list to another. Now let us move on to creating a dynamic list. On the screen, you can see the steps involved in creating a dynamic list. First, you create a list by running the Create List wizard. Specify whether to create the list from scratch or by copying an existing list. Since we are creating a dynamic list, ensure that the list type is dynamic. Enter a SQL query or a PLSQL function that returns a SQL query. Add the list to a page by creating a list region. Now that we reviewed the steps, let's go ahead and create a dynamic list in the Apex workspace. To create a new dynamic list, click on Create. Enter a name for the dynamic list. Ensure that you select the type as dynamic and click on Next. For query source type, enter a SQL query to fetch the list entries for the dynamic list. Here I have entered a sample SQL query which fetches a list of employee names, and the target value is currently null, but you can have another column in the table to specify a unique target URL for each employee. So clicking on each of these employee names could redirect the user to a new page. Click on Next. Verify the information on the confirm page and click on Create List. Once you create a list and the list entries, the next step is to add it to a page by creating a region and specifying the region type as list. Let us navigate back to the page where we want to add this dynamic list. Now, you can either create separate list regions on individual pages, or you can create a list region in a global page so that it appears on all the pages. You can even specify the pages that should reflect the list region. Now, to add this dynamic list, I'm going to create a new region. In the rendering tree, right-click on Body and select Create Region. Give a title for this region, and for type, select List. And for source, select the dynamic list that we created earlier. You see that the list in the list region property editor only if the application already has a list. Optionally, specify any conditions for the display of the region and click Save. The list region is created on the page. Let's see how it looks. View Reports is the dynamic list region that we created, and here you see the list of current employees in the organization. These names are being fetched from the SQL query that we entered earlier for the dynamic list. The project reports details and project's dashboard are the three links coming from the static list that we created earlier. Now go back to the page. Now, if you want to specify all those pages on which the list region should be displayed, navigate to the server-side condition in the property editor, and for type, select current page is in comma delimited list, and then select all the pages in which you want this list region to appear. This indicates that the list region will appear on pages 1 and 5.
To summarize, in this lesson, you learned about lists in Apex and how to create static and dynamic lists. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the module on implementing navigation in your application. In this lesson, you will learn how to create a navigation menu and a navigation bar list. Let's get started. In this video, first, you will learn what a navigation menu is and how to create and use one in your Apex application. Later on, you will learn what is a navigation bar list and learn how to create and use one.
What is a navigation menu? A navigation menu is a list with hierarchical list entries. On the screen, you see the sample reporting application, which includes a navigation menu that displays in a sidebar. Universal Theme provides navigation support through the creation of navigation menus. When you create an application, the Create Application wizard automatically creates the navigation menu for you and populates it with list entries linking to the application pages that you have created. Navigation menus support the creation of hierarchical submenus. You can render navigation menus either at the top of the page as tabs or as a sidebar as shown here. Navigation menus displaying as a sidebar are responsive. Based on the available space, the navigation bar displays as a menu or collapses into a narrow icon bar. Side navigation menus are controlled by the theme and user interface level. You can change how and where a navigation menu displays by editing the application user interface details. Let us look at the steps involved in creating a navigation menu. First, you navigate to the application homepage and click Shared Components. Under the Navigation and Search header, select Navigation menu. Click Application Navigation. Here, you can create a new entry by clicking on Create Entry. Specify the values and click Create List Entry. Now that we have reviewed the steps, let us switch to the Apex workspace and add a navigation menu entry. From your application homepage, click on Shared Components. Under Navigation and Search section, click on Navigation menu. Then select the navigation menu. To create a new entry, click on Create Entry button, such as Parent List Entry, List Entry Label, Target Type, and the target page. I'm going to select a new demo page that I have created earlier as the target page. Then click on Create List Entry. Apart from the navigation menus, Apex also allows you to create a navigation bar list. Now, what is a navigation bar list? Navigation bar entries offer an easy way to move users between pages in an application. A navigation entry enables you to display a link in the form of an image or a text. For example, you might want to add navigation bar entries for accessing the help and feedback pages in your application. A navigation bar entry can be an image, text, or an image with text beneath it. You must apply the images and text to use in the navigation bar entries. An application can have only one navigation bar. The associated page template determines the location of a navigation bar. Navigation bars are different from other shared components in that you do not need to reference them on a page-by-page basis. If your page template includes the navigation bar substitution string, the Apex engine automatically includes any defined navigation bars when it renders the page. Let us look at the steps involved in creating a navigation bar entry. First, you navigate to the application homepage and click on Shared Components. Under the Navigation and Search header, select Navigation Bar List. Click on the navigation bar list available in the report and click on Create Entry to create a new entry. Specify the values and finally click on Create List Entry. Let us now navigate to the Apex workspace and I'll show you how we can create a navigation bar entry. Navigate to Shared Components and under Navigation and Search region, click on Navigation Bar List. As you can see, the application has already created a navigation bar for you. So let us edit the same and add a new entry. Click on Create Entry to create a new entry. Enter the details for the list entry, such as image, list entry label, and the target type and page. I'm going to select a page that I have created earlier for this demo and click on Create List Entry. Now let us run the application to see the changes. Here it is. On the left in the navigation menu, you can see the new navigation menu list that we entered. And on the navigation bar, you can see the new navigation bar entry that we added earlier. Clicking on this will take you to the page that we had given as a target page.
To summarize, in this lesson, you learned about navigation menus and navigation bar list and how to create them in your Apex application. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the module on implementing navigation in your application. In this final lesson of the module, we will learn how to add search capability to your Apex application. Let's get started. Apex 22.2 introduced a new feature where you can add search to your application declaratively. You do this by creating a search configuration and a search page that will display the search results. Let's see how to do this in this lesson.
The all-new search region and search configurations shared component makes it easy to add rich search capabilities to your Apex applications. You can provide your users with powerful search engine-style functionality that looks for matches across multiple data sources and displays relevant matches in a single unified search results region. On the screen, you can see an example of a search page. Adding search to your application is a simple two-step process. First, start by creating a search configuration. This new shared component defines the data source to be searched and the way results should be displayed. Searches can be based on local data, Apex lists, REST-enabled SQL service, or REST data sources. Then, build a search page using the new search region. This search region can be configured with one or more search configurations and will display results in a single list. You can also configure settings such as search as you type, lazy loading, pagination, overall sort, and so on. Before we create the search configuration, let us understand what it actually is. Search configurations contain information about a searchable data source. They can be referenced from search regions to add declarative searches in your application. Searches can be based on local data source, REST-enabled SQL service, REST data source, or predefined Oracle text or Oracle Apex list. There are three types of searches supported. Standard defines a searchable data source such as a table, SQL query, or a REST data source. Searches are executed by a SQL query using like expressions. List searches within a selected list from shared components. Oracle text defines a searchable table or SQL query which already has an Oracle text index created. Search is executed by using the Oracle text functionality which provides linguistic and fuzzy search capabilities. Let us look at the steps involved in creating a search configuration. First, you navigate to the application homepage and click on Shared Components. Under the Navigation and Search header, select Search Configurations. Click on Create to create a new search configuration. Enter the details such as type, the data source, and column mappings. Finally, click on Create Search Configuration. Now let us see a demo on how to create a search configuration. From your application homepage, navigate to Shared Components and under Navigation and Search, select Search Configurations. Here, click on Create to create a new search configuration. Enter a name and select a data source. Here, I select local database and type as table. You can also select REST-enabled SQL service or a REST data source. Select a table and click on Next. Enter the column mappings such as primary key, the title column, and the description column. You can even enter an icon source. Once you finish, click on Create Search Configuration. You can also edit the attributes after you create the search configuration. Let us go ahead and create another search configuration for the sake of this demo. This time I'll select a different table. Select the column mappings. Select a different icon and click on Create Search Configuration. Now that we have created a search configuration, let us use this shared component on a page. A new page type called the search page is introduced in Apex 22.2. Let us look at the steps involved in creating a search page. First, you navigate to the application home page and click on Create Page. Select the search page, a new component type introduced in Apex 22.2. Under Page Definition, define the search page name. Select the search configurations to be used by this page. Finally, click on Create Page. Now let us switch back to the Apex application and create the search page. Here, in the previous step, we have already created two search configurations. Let us navigate to the application homepage. Click on Create Page. Select Search Page, a new component introduced in Apex 22.2. Enter a name for the page, and under Search Configurations, you can see a list of search configurations we have created. Select all the search configurations you would like to include in this page. In this case, I select both the search configurations and click on Create Page. Save and run the page. Here you can see a search page is created with a search bar at the top of the page. Entering the search term will display a list of search results in a single unified list. From the icons, you can see the difference that the first result comes from a different table and these three results are coming from a different table. You can add as many search configurations as you like. Now notice that the search results are displayed in the order in you have listed the search configurations in the page definition.
To summarize, in this lesson, you learned how to add searches to your Apex application declaratively. You did this by creating a search configuration and then a search page that displays the search results. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you for
When you create a new application in Apex, that application has certain UI design without you having to do anything. Ever wondered what drives this default UI behavior of your applications? Also, wouldn't it be nice if you can customize the look and feel of your applications to match your company's branding? If that is what you're looking for, you're at the right place. Welcome to Oracle Apex Developer Professional course. My name is Taufeeq. I'm Senior Product Manager on the Oracle Apex Product Development team. In this module on using themes, theme styles, and templates, you will learn how themes define the layout and styling of your entire application. You will also learn how to use theme styles, templates, and template options to customize the look and feel of your applications. In this lesson on understanding themes, you will learn what are themes in Apex. You will also learn about universal theme and some of the characteristic features of universal theme that makes it unique.
Let us start by understanding what are themes in Apex. A theme is what helps you define the look and feel of your application. A theme provides you with a set of templates that helps you define the layout and style of an entire application. Universal theme is one such theme that is available out of the box from Apex. When you create an application in Apex, that application by default uses universal theme. To build responsive web applications using Apex, developers need not have extensive knowledge of HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. Using responsive HTML5 templates, Applications using universal theme are responsive from the word go. Universal theme uses a 12-column grid layout system to arrange components on a page. Understanding this grid system will allow you to create thoughtful designs and personalize the responsive experience of your applications. Universal theme uses simple two-dimensional elements and a range of colors. This ensures a modern flat look. This flat design ensures that the responsive designs work well and load fast. Additionally, Universal theme ships with a variety of pre-built theme styles. Using these theme styles, you can change the look and feel of your applications. To explore different components available in Universal theme, you can visit apex.oracle.com/ut. What makes Universal theme ideal for Oracle Apex applications? There are three main reasons. 1. Responsive design. Universal theme has been designed to work just as well on small screen devices like smartphones and tablets as it does on large screen devices like laptops and desktops. The UI components in Universal theme work across varying screen resolutions while maintaining the same or similar functionality. Universal theme also provides all the components and building blocks necessary to build practically any type of business application user interface. Universal theme also allows you to effortlessly customize and fully control the look and feel of your applications without you becoming an expert in UI design, HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. Using theme roller and template options, you can easily customize your applications to fit your company's brand and customize the look and feel of various components using template options. Let us have a quick demo around what we have learned so far about themes and Universal theme. To access the themes page, navigate to the application homepage, click on Shared Components. In Shared Components under User Interface, you will find Themes listed as an entry. Click on that to navigate to the Themes page. On Themes page, all the themes created in this application are listed. Because this is a new application, only the default Universal theme is listed here. A check mark in the is current column indicates that this is the current theme being used by this application. On this page, you can also use the create button to create new themes. In case you have multiple themes, you can switch to a different theme using the switch theme button. You will learn more about that in the upcoming lessons. On clicking of the Universal theme hyperlink, you will be navigated to the edit theme page. As you can see under theme subscription, this theme is currently subscribed to the standard theme, which is the Universal theme from theme repository. Using the verify button, you can verify the subscription status. It shows which theme styles are out of sync with the master theme and which templates are not matching with the ones available in the master theme. You can use the unsubscribe button to unsubscribe this theme from the master theme. It is generally not recommended to do that because once you unsubscribe, you lose the opportunity to refresh this theme with the latest changes that the Universal theme might have in the newer releases. You can use the refresh theme button to pick up updates from the master theme into the current theme. Under JavaScript and cascading style sheets, file URLs to the JavaScript and CSS files that are referenced in this theme are listed. Under component defaults, you can specify the default component the Apex engine can use. For example, when you create a page in this application, that page by default uses the standard template. You can always choose to select a different template once the component is created. Same is the case with the region defaults. So when you create a breadcrumbs region, that region by default selects the title bar as the default template. Under global template options, all the template options are listed. You will learn more about template options in the upcoming lessons. Under icons, you can specify the icon library you wish to use. Under styles, all the predefined theme styles that are shipped with the Universal theme are listed, as I have explained earlier. Vita is the current theme style. This is the default theme style that the Universal theme uses. Vita theme style looks like this with the blue and white combination of colors. You can always choose to select a different theme style as the current theme style by clicking on the theme style and toggling the is current switch. Now I'm selecting the Vita Dark as the theme style, and once you refresh the page, you see the Vita Dark theme style in action. You will learn more about theme styles in the upcoming lessons. To explore and learn more about Universal Theme and different components available in Universal Theme, I recommend you to install the Universal Theme reference sample application from the gallery. Once this application is installed, you can run the application. From the Universal Theme reference application, you can browse through different templates and components available in Universal Theme and icons as well. As we have discussed earlier that Universal Theme is responsive, let's see that in action. For that, let me open my developer tools. Now, when I decrease the width of the screen, you can see the components getting realigned automatically, showing the responsive nature of Universal Theme. That is all about Universal Theme.
To summarize, in this lesson, you learned about themes in Apex. You also learned about the Universal Theme. I hope you learned something new. Thank you for watching.
No two websites on the internet are same. Each has its own UI design, styling, and appearance. So it's obvious that you would also want your Apex applications to be customizable to your liking. But how can we do that in Apex? Remember, in the last lesson, you have learned that Universal Theme comes with a set of predefined theme styles. In this lesson, we are going to expand on that and see how you can use theme styles to customize the look and feel of your applications. In this lesson, you will learn what are theme styles and what you can do using theme styles. You will also learn how to use theme roller utility to customize your theme and create new theme styles. Let us see some of the basic things you need to know about theme styles. A theme style fundamentally is a CSS style sheet that contains CSS rules, definitions, and classes that gets added to the base CSS, which then alters the look and feel of an application. Theme styles can be used to switch to a different color theme, apply flat look, or make a theme responsive. In the previous lesson, you have seen that the universal theme, which is the default theme in Apex, comes with a set of pre-built theme styles like Vita, Vita Dark, Redwood theme style, etc. On top of these existing theme styles, you can also create additional theme styles. You will learn more about the theme roller in the coming slides. To create a theme style, from the application homepage, click on Shared Components. Under Shared Components, scroll down to User Interface and click on Themes. Select the theme, which is a universal theme in this case. On the Create or Edit Theme page, scroll down to Styles. Now here you can find the Add Style button. Click on that and you will be navigated to the Create Theme Styles page. Enter a name to the theme style as my custom theme style. You can toggle the is current switch to make this theme style as current theme style. By selecting is public, if this application allows end users to select a theme style, this new theme style will also be listed as one of the options. As I have mentioned earlier, a theme style is fundamentally a CSS file. So if you already have the CSS file, you can use that to create a theme style. Generally, theme styles are created using theme roller utility. So if you scroll down, you will find something called theme roller JSON configuration. So when you create a theme style, what you do, you take an existing theme style, which is available out of the box from Universal Theme. On top of that, you apply your styling, you modify the color, width, etc. And that will generate a JSON configuration, and that will generate a new CSS file which will be filled in the output. So this is something which happens when you try to create a new theme style from the theme roller. But if you already have a CSS style sheet which contains all the CSS rules, you can mention that URL in file URLs, and this whatever you mention here gets replaced in the page template. For now we won't be creating a theme style like this. Let us first see what is a theme roller. Let us understand, because that is the recommended way of creating theme styles. So let us see what is a theme roller. Theme roller is an utility available in developer toolbar, using which you can easily customize the look and feel of your applications. Using theme roller, you can modify several style attributes. Some of the examples are primary accent color, body accent color, the width of the navigation menu, the height of the header section, and you can also write your own custom CSS in this theme roller. And the most important thing here is that all these changes are applied to your application in real time. So you apply some settings in theme roller and you see these changes getting applied to your application in real time. Also, it allows you, so once you're done with your changes, it allows you to save these changes as a theme style. So that is where when you click on save as, you will be creating a new theme style. To demonstrate theme roller, I'm going to use universal theme reference application. So this is what you have as the default Vita theme style. I'm going to change the look and feel of this application using theme roller. To activate the theme roller, click on customize in the developer toolbar, and there you will find an option called theme roller. Click on that and this opens a window called theme roller. Here you can see in the select theme select list, all the theme styles that are available in this application are listed. You can change the theme style from here and see how that particular theme style looks on your application in real time. Now I'm going to use the Vita theme style as the base theme style, and I'm going to apply my changes on top of this default theme style. The first change I would like to make here is change the color scheme of this entire application. So for that, let me open global colors. Here you can see under primary accent, the blue color is selected. That is why you are seeing the blue color in this application. I'm going to change this to a different color using the color palette. When I change this color, you can see these changes which I make here are getting applied to the application in real time. You can also use this text field here to enter a relevant hex code if you have one. I have one right now with me, so I'm pasting that in the hex code and that selects the color accordingly. Now you can see once the primary accent color is selected, it also changed the link color and focus color automatically based on the primary accent color. One more thing to note here is, as I make these changes, for example, now I am at a particular hex code. If I make it a little darker here, you can see the font color here changes to white. If I make it a little lighter, it again goes back to black color. This is all being done by the theme roller. Let us set this as the primary accent for now, and I would also like to change the body accent. Again, I'm using the same hex code, and now I will make it a little lighter. With that set, I would also like to modify the navigation. So here we have a group called navigation. The black color you see is the one that is selected here. I can change this to be in line with what I have in the primary accent, but that is not visible, so let me make it a little darker. This looks good. Now another point to note here is, once you've selected the background color, the foreground color which defines the color of the font which you see in the navigation, it is now in white color. Now if I make it a little darker, you can see now that the text is not visible, right? That is also indicated by a cross mark. So the theme roller proactively shows you whenever there is a contrast ratio failure asking you to select a lighter color. The other change I would like to make here is change the color of the icon of the active menu. So this is what drives the active menu. I will again use the same color as the primary accent for this icon. Once I select that, you can see the icon being changed. You can also modify the header height if you like, and even the navigation tree width. And if you have custom CSS, you can place your custom CSS here. With that said, I can save the theme style and give it a name. Something like this, and save. Once the theme style is saved, you can see that the theme style is created and that is marked as the current theme style. Another point to note here is that with the theme roller open, you can also navigate to a different page. The theme roller opens up again by default and applies the selected theme so that you can navigate across pages, make your changes and save your changes into the theme style. This is also possible using the theme roller. With that said, let me close the theme roller. Another change I would like to make here is change the logo. Even that is possible. You can click on the customize option again, and here you have edit logo. So the universal theme text which you see here is the one that is written here. So I will change this to some other text, and you can see that change being applied in real time. If you have your own image, you can also drag and drop your image and that gets applied as your application logo. Like this. Now with that logo set, I can click on save to save these changes. Let us also see how this new theme style created using the theme roller looks like in the app builder. Once I scroll down, here you can see theme style which I have created is listed here as current and public. You can click on that to see the details. You scroll down under theme roller JSON configuration. You can see the JSON object filled here and also the output CSS file. Because I used the Vita theme style as the base theme style, here you find the Vita related input file. That is how you can create a theme style using theme roller. To summarize, in this lesson, you have learned what are theme styles and how you can use theme styles to customize the look and feel of your entire application. You have also learned how to use theme roller utility to create new theme styles. Hope you have learned something new. Thank you for watching. In the previous lesson, you have learned how to use theme styles to customize the look and feel of your entire application. In this lesson, we are going to go at a more granular level and learn how to use templates to customize various components in your applications. You will also learn how to use live template options to try out various template options in real time. You will start with understanding what are templates and how you can create your own custom templates in Apex. You will also learn what are template options and how you can create custom template options. Finally, you will learn how to use live template options utility to apply various template options and customize various components in real time. Let's get started.
An Apex application typically consists of number of pages. A page in turn has number of components like regions, page items, and buttons. Templates help you define how these page controls and page components appear in your application. For example, a page can have different layouts. A page can have a left side column layout, right side column layout, or both side column layout. These layouts can be defined as a template, and when you create a page, you get an option to select desired template for a given page. Same is the case with regions. For example, if you take a list region, using templates you can define how various entries in that list should be displayed in this list region. The screenshot you see below is the templates page where all the templates available in an application are listed. Templates are categorized by types. All the page templates are classified under type page. For example, let us have a quick demo on templates. In the previous lessons, you have learned that you can access themes from shared components under user interface. Just under themes, you will also find templates. On this page, all the templates that are available in this application are listed. Each template is associated with a theme. This application has only one theme, that is the universal theme. So all these templates are part of universal theme. As I have mentioned earlier, templates are grouped by their type. So there are different types of templates available, starting from breadcrumb, button, pages. Let us select a region template and see its details. On the Edit Region Template page, all the details about this template are listed. If you look at the subscription, this says this template is subscribed to the corresponding template in the master theme. This is true for all the templates where the theme is subscribed to a master theme. Under template options, you will find different template options. We will learn more about template options in a while. And if you scroll down, this is where you see the definition, the template definition, the structure of this particular template. This is a region template. Under accessibility, you can find the default landmark type, what landmark role should this region template use as the default. You can always modify this at the component level in the page. And there are various other options. A good way to know what each of these options signify is by reading the help text. You can click on the help and read more about what each of these regions in this edit template page signify. And if you scroll a little down, you'll find JavaScript section where you can define your JavaScript, which executes when page loads. For example, your template has a component on the click of which you want to perform something, change the responsive nature, etc. You can define that using CSS. If not possible with CSS, you can also use JavaScript. And that JavaScript you can write it here. You can also mention file URLs in the file URL section. Same is the case with cascading style sheets. If you want to use your own CSS classes in your templates, you can define those CSS classes in a CSS file sheet and mention that file URL here. Under positions, you can define different template positions that you want to make available for this template. And there are different substitution strings that you can use in the template. For example, when you use page title, this will help you print the title of the page, and under referenced column it is mentioning no, so that means this particular substitution string is not used in this template. So this is where you can see a list of all the substitution strings available and what they mean, the description, and whether or not they are referenced in this template. Let us quickly go and create a new template. A template can be created by using the create button available on the templates landing page. Click on create, and here you can select a template type. I'm going with a region template for now. You can either create a template from scratch, or you can create a template as a copy of an existing template. Creating a template as a copy will give you a good head start with all the necessary framework you would need to create a template, and then you can make small tweaks here and there to reach your desired result. Let's build a template from scratch now. Here you can enter a unique name for your template, and theme is auto selected because this is the only theme we have. And template class is used to identify the specific usage of this template. This is particularly important when you switch themes. So when you switch themes, templates from both the themes are matched based on their template class, so that you don't have to manually match all the templates in both the themes. So I'll be selecting a template class and click on create. Once the template is created, you can search for that template in the report. Here is our template. So you can click on the template name to go to edit region template. Now this is a new template, so this is not subscribed to any template from the master theme. That means you can modify this template and this template will not be overwritten when you refresh the theme. So let's go down and see what we have. So we don't have much here because this is a new template. We only have the title and the body printed here. Let us see how this template looks when we create a region with this template. Let me go to a page, and here I'm going to create a region, and under appearance I will have an opportunity to select the template. So here all the region templates are listed, and I can also see my new template that I have created, which is a region template. When I save and run the page, you can see the title coming here because here all we have is title and body, and we don't have anything in the body. Let us create a page item in the body. Let us create. So I have now a page item in the body coming in, and I refresh. You see the new, and in the new line you see the page item. Now what I'm going to do is make some changes in the template and show you. Here what I'm going to do is create a span tag around the title and simple styling. I'm making the color red, and I save these changes and refresh the page which uses the template. You can see that change being reflected in the template. This is how you can create a template and start building your custom templates. Sky is the limit for the amount of customizations you can do here. Now let us go to the next topic in this lesson, template options. As the name suggests, template options are a way to provide your developers different styling options in the templates for their components. For example, you can provide different colors as options for a given template. You can also provide different spacing and padding options. If you have a button, you can provide different styles for the button, like the ones with and without icons, etc. You can also have template options for form fields with different alignments. Template options are supported by pages, regions, classic reports, breadcrumbs, lists, items, and labels and buttons. Just like Theme Roller, live template options enables you to customize your application in real time, allowing you to try out various template options to get the perfect UI for your application. Developers can quickly use Quick Edit, available on the Runtime Developer toolbar, to access the live template options dialog box. In the example you see on the screen, using template options, a 5-column display of a list region with template as cards is being converted to a 4-column display. Let us see that in action. I click on Quick Edit, hover over the region, and on the top right corner I see a wrench icon. Click on that to open Live Template Options modal dialog. Here I can click on the list template because this is a region of type list and the list itself is a template type. I can click on the list, and under layout I can select from 5-column layout to 4-column layout, and even lesser if I want. I can see these changes getting applied in real time using live template options dialog. So this is how you can use live template options to try out different template options that are available for a given component. Now, can you create a template option of your own? Yes, you can. Let us see how to create a template option. For this demo, I'll be creating a copy of this standard template. I'm going to call it standard custom. And give the template identifier as well, which is auto-populated. and I click on copy. Now let's go inside our new template, which I have it here. And here when I scroll down, these are all the template options that are already available. Now I can click on the add template option to create a new template option. For this I'm gonna create an accent type of template option. So I'm gonna select accent and I'm gonna give it a display name, success background, for example, and the option identifier is auto-populated. Here I'm supposed to give a CSS class which will be applied to the region when this particular template option is selected. I'm going to give q-success class and create this template option. When you scroll down, you can see the new template option being listed in alongside the other available template options and the CSS class which you have chosen. Now let us see where you can find this template option. Now let me go to the page and create a region, and here under appearance now expand, the new template which I created as a copy of existing template is also available. Once I select that template, under template options and I expand this, so remember we have created this new template option under accent group. So when I expand the accent group, you can find the new template option which I have just created is also listed here. Now select that and click on OK, and let me also add an item so that we can see the new accent applied in the body. Now when I run this page, you can see the new template option in action here, giving the accent color as green. So that is how you can create a template option and use it in your components.
To summarize, in this lesson, you learned what are templates and how to create a custom template in Apex. You also learned how to customize these templates furthermore using template options and how to create your own custom template options. You also learned how to use live template options utility to try out various template options. In real world scenarios, you may be dealing with more than one Apex application. Then it becomes important to make sure that themes and templates in these applications are in sync. You can use theme subscription model in Apex to do this. In this lesson, you will learn how to use theme subscription model to manage themes in Apex. You'll also learn how to put your entire CSS code in a single file and refresh that in your page templates. Let's get started.
The first obvious step in learning how to manage a theme is to learn how to create a theme. You can create a theme from the themes page. Here you can find the create button. Click on the create button and this starts the create theme wizard. You can either create a theme as a copy of another theme, which is the most easiest option, or you can also create a theme from scratch, wherein you will have to build everything from scratch, templates, template options, everything. And the third option is you can create a theme from an export file. If you have a theme exported from a different instance or from a different application, you can create a theme using that export file. For now, let's create a theme from scratch. And click on next. Here you will be presented with an opportunity to provide name. I'm calling this new theme as custom theme and some identifier. I'm okay with the default number which it has created. You can also choose the navigation type you want this theme to use and the navigation bar implementation as well. After you're done with filling all these required details, click on create and this creates the theme. But as you can see, this theme is empty. It has no templates, so it cannot be used right away. Another way to start building your own theme, you can make a copy of an existing theme from the copy theme option under tasks on the right hand side. Click on that. You will be navigated to the copy theme form. You are creating a new theme as a copy of the existing theme. So you can select the source theme you want to copy from. I'll be choosing the universal theme, and you need to provide a theme ID using 1042, and you can also specify whether you want this new theme to subscribe to the source theme. Click on next, and this will create a new theme as a copy of the universal theme. Now you have multiple themes in your application. This will be a good opportunity to explore how you can switch to a different theme. As you can see right now, this theme number 42 is the current theme. To switch to a different theme, you can use the switch theme button. Here, the current active theme is selected by default, and you can select a different theme to switch to and click on next. On this page, you will be presented with an opportunity to verify the compatibility. So when you switch to a new theme, as we have discussed earlier, the templates in both the themes are mapped based on template class. So when if there is no matching template in the target theme for a given class in the source theme, it will throw an error, it will throw warnings, and you will have to fix those warnings before switching to a new theme. Once you have verified the compatibility of both the themes, you can click on next and then click on switch theme to trigger the switch process. And now you can see the new universal theme is set as the current theme. So that is how you switch from one theme to other theme. The process is straightforward, just that you have to verify the compatibility. That's the only added step you need to take care. The next topic I would like to touch on is using custom CSS style sheets. In Apex, you can use your own custom CSS as well. Rather than scattering your CSS code across different application components, different pages, you can consolidate all your CSS styles into a single CSS file and upload them to static application files or static workspace files, and then reference them wherever you want. So that will make managing your custom CSS a lot easier. So to do that, you can go to shared components. In shared components, under files and repos, you will find two options: static application files as well as static workspace files. Files uploaded to static application files are accessible within the application across different pages and different components, whereas files uploaded to static workspace files are accessible across the workspace across different applications. You can reference them in any application. Let us create a static workspace file. Here I can click on create file button. If I already have the file in my local system, I can just drag and drop that file. I don't have one, so I'll be creating my own custom CSS file, and I click on create. This creates an empty file. You can write your CSS class definitions here. Here under reference, you can see a reference URL generated. Workspace file substitution string is what is used to substitute for the actual location of workspace files. You can copy that. Before we go and use this reference, let me also show you the substitution string for application files. It is app underscore files. Now let us put to use the custom CSS static workspace file that we have created. I'll be referencing this file in a page template. To do that, go to templates. I will be using the custom page template that I have created. In the page template, navigate to the definition of the page template. You can reference the static workspace file as a link in the header section. Once referenced, your custom CSS file will also be loaded along with the page, and all the CSS rules that you have defined in this file will be applied. In Apex, you can either manage themes directly without any subscription model or through theme subscriptions. Subscribing to a master theme like the universal theme enables the theme to be upgraded during future Oracle Apex releases. You subscribe to a theme when running the Create Application wizard or while creating a new theme from the theme repository. When a theme is subscribed to a master theme, you can only change the default templates. All other theme attributes, subscribed template options, and subscribed templates are all set to read only. However, the local templates, which are not subscribed to any template in the master theme, are still editable.
In this lesson, you have learned how to manage theme subscriptions. You have also learned how to create a theme, copy a theme, and switch to a different theme. Furthermore, you have learned how to leverage static application files and static workspace files to store your custom CSS and reference them in templates. Hope you have learned something new. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to the Oracle Apex Developer Professional course. In this module on extending application capabilities, I'll be talking about understanding plugins. My name is Rupesh Tokala and I'm the product manager for Oracle Apex. Let's get started. In this lesson, you will understand about plugins and then you learn to implement and import plugins into your application.
What is a plugin? Apex supports a set group of authentication scheme, authorization scheme, item, region, dynamic action, and process types. Plugins offer a means of augmenting these built-in types by declaratively creating and using new types in your application. Because plugins are designed for reuse, developers can export and import them to other workspaces and also share them with the Oracle Apex plugin community by using the plugin repository. Once defined, plugin-based components are created and maintained very much like standard Apex components. Plugins enable developers to create highly customized components to enhance the functionality, appearance, and user-friendliness of their applications. The slide example shows a dashboard based on badge list. You import the badge list plugin into your application and then create a region of badge list on the dashboard page. In the next few minutes, you learn how to import and implement a plugin in your application. The process of implementing a plugin involves creating a plugin or import a plugin into your application, review, edit, or create an authorization scheme, item, region, process, or dynamic action type to use a plugin. Run your application to test the plugin. The slide shows steps involved in the process of implementing a plugin in your application. Once you create or import a plugin, you review the plugin definition and make changes to optimize the use of plugins. Let us see a quick demo on importing and using a plugin. Importing and installing a plugin. To implement a plugin in your application, you need to first import or create it in your application. To import a plugin to your application, perform the following steps. Navigate to your application homepage and click Shared Components. Under Other Components, select Plugins. On the Plugins page, click Import. In the Import wizard, select Drag and Drop. From your local directory, choose a plugin import file. Notice that the file type is automatically set to plugin. Click Next. The file has been imported successfully. Click Next on the File Import Confirmation page. On the Install page, select the application that you want to install the plugin into. Then click Install Plugin. The plugin is now installed and is now listed on the Plugins page. Viewing a plugin definition. To review the plugin definition, navigate to your application shared components. Then, under Other Components, select Plugins. On the Plugins page, under Name, click the plugin name. You are now navigated to the plugin definition. Using the plugin in your application. Now that the plugin is installed in your application, you can use it. In this example, let us create a region named as Dashboard and use the region type as Badge List plugin type. To use a plugin in your application, perform the following steps. Create a new page or select any existing page. View the page in the Page Designer. Under Rendering, right-click on Body and click Create Region. In the Property Editor, under Identification, select Type as Badge List Plugin. Under Source, enter your SQL query which contains your label, value and URL. Navigate to the Attribute section in your Property Editor and set the values of value, bottom label, link target and layout. Accept the remaining defaults, click Save and run page. You can see the dashboard with the badge list created. Viewing the plugin repository. The plugin repository provides a central location where developers can share and download plugins. The repository is located on the Oracle Technology Network. To view the plugin repository, perform the following steps. Navigate to the plugins page. To access the plugins page, navigate to your application homepage, click Shared Components, and under Other Components, select Plugins. Click View Plugin Repository. The Oracle Apex plugin repository displays.
In this lesson, you understood plugins and then learned to implement and import plugins to your application. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you for watching. Welcome to this module on extending application capabilities. In this video, we will learn how to create, edit and manage automations. Let's get started. In this lesson, you will learn about automations and then you will learn how to create an automation. Furthermore, you will edit an automation and then learn to manage the automation execution log.
What are automations? Automations are a sequential set of actions triggered by query results that monitor data and then perform the appropriate action. Create automations to monitor data and then perform the appropriate action. Common automation use cases include approving specific requests and sending email alerts. An automation executes as a query or a PLSQL function based on a defined schedule. Automations support data sources, so the query can execute on a local database, a REST-enabled SQL service, or a REST data source. Key features of automations. Define automation actions. Define multiple actions and have them executed for each automation query row in a sequential order. The typical automation action is PLSQL code. Automation actions can be executed for each row of the query results when the query returns no result or when the PLSQL function returns true. Conditions control whether or not an automation executes. Column values from the query result rows are available as bind variables. Alternatively, you can also use process type plugins as an automation action. Trigger automations programmatically. The Apex_automation package provides a PLSQL interface for triggering an automation programmatically. Review automation logs. View the automation execution log and log messages view details about previous automation executions. The automations history report lists history of recent automation modifications. A coordinator job runs automation executions in regular intervals. Each automation actually executes up to a few minutes after the next execution due time. Thus, while the automation edit page shows when the next execution is due, the actual execution will happen a few minutes after the time shown. Let us see a demo on creating and editing automations. Creating an automation. To create an automation, on the Workspace homepage, click App Builder, select an application. On the application homepage, click Shared Components. The Shared Components page appears. Under Workflows and Automations, select Automations. The Automations page appears. To create an automation, click Create. The Create Automation wizard appears. Specify the automation name and define the execution schedule. Name. Enter a name for the new automation. For example, increase salary. For type, select an automation type. Select Scheduled. Scheduled executes automatically based on the selected frequency. On-demand executes when called explicitly using the apex_automation package. For actions initiated on, select query. This option determines whether the execution of automation actions should be initiated based on a query, that is, the rows returned can be used by the actions, or if the actions should always be executed. Execution schedule. Select an execution schedule for the new automation. Select custom. The frequency, interval, and execution minute only displays if the execution schedule is set to custom. Frequency. Specify whether the execution schedule should be based on daily, hourly, or minutely basis. Select hourly. For interval, enter 2 so that the automation executes every 2 hours. Execution minute. Specify the execution minute from 0 to 59. Leave this to the default 0. Then click Next. Under Create Automation page, define the source. This example is based on the local table EMP. Data source. Select the data source for this automation. Select local database. Source type. Select table. Table or view owner. Select the owner of the table on which you are basing this automation. Table or view name. Select the table or view name on which this automation will be based. For this example, let us select EMP table. Execution actions when. This option determines if automation action should execute when the query returns rows or when the query doesn't return rows. Select rows returned and then click Create. The automation edit page appears with the following message. Automation has been created and is in disabled state. Now create actions to execute when the automation runs. Adding and editing actions in an automation. Select the name of the automation to be edited. For example, select Increase Sal. Scroll down to Actions. Note that the wizard created an action named New Action. Edit the new action. Click the edit icon adjacent to the new action. The edit action page appears. Name. Enter a meaningful name such as increase salary for salesman. For code, add the code for the first salary increase. Under server-side condition, for condition type, select expression. Language, select PLSQL. Expression 1. Enter an expression only to execute the action when the salesman has a commission of more than 500. Enter an expression only to execute the action when the salesman has a commission of more than 500. Execute for each row. Enable this option to specify the condition execute for each row. Click Apply Changes. Create another action for the second salary increase. Scroll down to Actions again and click Add Action. The Edit Action page appears. Edit the new action. Under Action, for name, enter a meaningful name such as Increase Salary for Others. Under Code, update the code to increase the salary for all other salesmen. Under server-side condition, create a server-side condition for the salary increase. Condition type, select expression. Language, select PLSQL. Expression 1. Enter an expression only to execute this action when a salesman has a commission less than or equal to 500 or null. Execute for each row. Enable this option to specify the condition execute for each row. Then click Create. Run the automation. On the automation edit page, click Save and Run. Update the automation settings. When you click Save and Run, the automation executes in the background. Note that the browser displays again immediately, even if the actions are still running. The following message appears. Changes applied, automation execution initiated. Update the automation settings to enable the schedule. Return to the automations page by clicking the automations breadcrumb. Select the name of the automation to be edited. For example, select Increase Sal. Under Settings, for Schedule Expression, click the Schedule Builder to the right of Schedule Expressions field. Under Interval Builder, update the following. Frequency, select Weekly. Interval, accept the default 1. Execution day, select Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Uncheck Saturday and Sunday. Execution hour, select 14. Execution minutes, select 30. Click Set Execution Interval. Schedule status, select Active. To save your edits, click Save Changes. View the automation log. To review the automation execution log, return to the automations page by clicking the automations breadcrumb. Click the Execution Log tab and verify the automation executed. Click the link under Messages to view individual messages for processed rows. Tip: you can also view the target table in SQL Workshop Object Browser to validate that the automation is actually changing the data. See Browsing a Table in Oracle Apex SQL Guide. If viewing messages, click the Execution Log tab to return to the previous page. Purging the automation log. To clear the automation execution log, on the execution log page, click Purge Log. In the Clear Automation Log dialog, from the automations list, select an automation. For example, increase sal. Click Clear Log. In this lesson, you understood automations and then you learned how to create an automation and edit an automation. Finally, you learned how to manage automation execution log. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you for watching. Welcome to this module on extending application capabilities. In this video, we will discuss about introducing approvals. Let's get started. In this lesson, you will understand approvals component and task definitions. Then you will learn how to create a task definition. What is approvals component? The approvals component allows Oracle Apex to create tasks for user approval. The Apex approvals component is a toolkit for implementing human approvals into your application. It contains infrastructure that streamlines setting up human approvals. Because the approvals component contains a data model, when you configure human approvals, you focus on the details and customization for a specific type of approval. You can set up task approvers and administrators at design time or determine them dynamically at runtime based on data related to the task. Building blocks of approvals component. Apex provides building blocks for approvals. Task definition. A shared component used to configure task parameters, participants, actions, and due dates. Unified task list. A page type in the create page wizard used to create a summary of tasks that function like an inbox. Task details page. A page that shows details for a specific task, which can include metadata, history, comments, and actions. Human task. Human task create and human task manage are the page processes that create and act on the task instances in your pages. Apex under approval. A package API for creating, retrieving, and managing tasks programmatically. By customizing these building blocks, you can create an approval process specific to your application or shared across many applications. Once you create the task definition, unified task list, and task details page, you add the task definition to a page as a human task create page process. When the process activates, the approvals engine creates a task from the task definition. What are task definitions? The approvals component allows Oracle Apex to create tasks for user approval. Task definition contain information about tasks, including deadlines, expiry settings, and notification settings. Task definitions exist on the application level in the shared component section and are made up of task settings, participants, parameters, and actions. Task settings. Task settings contains the general configuration options for the task, including the default priority for tasks, the task details page URL, and the task deadline settings. Task definition participants. Users that have permission to act on individual tasks. Participants can be task initiators, who can start new tasks or provide more information about existing tasks. Potential owners, who can claim and assign tasks. Tasks can have multiple potential owners. Actual owners, who can make changes to their assigned tasks, including requesting more information about the task and approving or rejecting the task. Business administrators, who have the administrative rights to renew expired tasks, reassign tasks to new owners, or update the priority on tasks. Task definition parameters. Attributes for a task that contain information about the task. These parameters can be visible on the task details page. Actions. Actions or task definition actions. Possible events that can happen when specific criteria are met. Available actions are claim, complete, delegate, update comment, update priority, release, cancel, create, request information, submit information, before expire and expire. You can update a task definition anytime. Updates do not change existing tasks, but are applicable to new tasks. Let us see a demo on creating a task definition. Creating a task definition. Create a task definition from the Shared Components page under the Workflows and Automations heading. To create a task definition, click the App Builder icon. Select an application. Navigate to the Task Definitions page. On the application homepage, select Shared Components. Under Workflows and Automations, select Task Definitions. Click Create. The Create Task Definition wizard appears. Specify the task definition name and define the metadata. Name. Enter a name for the new task definition. Subject. Provide a subject for the task definition. For example, &expense type dot expense request for employee name, where expense underscore type and EMP name are defined parameters for the task definition. Expense underscore type and EMP name will be substituted with the parameter values on task creation. Static ID. Provide a static ID for this task definition. The static ID is used when creating the task with the Apex underscore approval package. Priority. Set the priority for the task. Choose a number between 1 and 5. The default priority is 3 medium. In this example, let us set the priority as 2 high. Potential owner. The user who can approve or reject the task. To determine potential owners dynamically, edit the participants in the task definition details. The user who initiates a task cannot approve their own task even if they are listed as a potential owner. Business admin. The user who has administrative rights on all tasks for this task definition. To determine business administrators dynamically, edit the participants in the task definition details. Click Create. The task definition details page opens. Under Settings, set the action source. Specify the source of the data that is evaluated when the task actions are executed. These actions are based on tables or SQL queries. An actions SQL query can reference a bind variable apex $task underscore pk to access the value of the primary key in the task detail row. In this example, let us select the actions source as SQL query. Under Actions SQL Query, enter your SQL query. Set the task details page number. If a task details page already exists for this application, enter the page number here. Otherwise, select Create Task Details page to create a new page. Select Expense Request under Task Definitions page. The task details page URL appears. Under Deadline, set due on type by specifying whether the due date is based on an ISO or SQL interval, SQL query, function body, expression PLSQL expression, or scheduler expression. For interval, set due on interval, the ISO or SQL format duration that specifies a task deadline. Set due on, the SQL query, expression, or a function body that returns a valid due date for the task. For scheduler expression, set due on scheduler expression. Use the database scheduler calendaring syntax to schedule a due date. For example, first Friday of the month at 4 p.m. In this example, let us select the due on type as interval. For due on interval, set in 1 hour. Now set the expiration policy. In this example, let us set the expiration policy to expire. Adding participants to the task definition. Create participants to assign additional people to the task definition. Select Add Row. Edit the participant type to select potential owner or business administrator. The user who initiates a task cannot approve their own task. even if they are listed as a potential owner. In this example, let us select participant type as potential owner, set the value type. SQL query, function body and expression all allow users to dynamically select and can return one or more usernames. For value type, select SQL query. For value, enter your SQL query. Adding parameters to the task definition. Select Add Row and fill in the parameter fields. Static ID. Identifier used to reference a parameter. Label. A user-friendly name for the task parameter. Data type. Data type, choose string. Required, specify whether the parameter is mandatory. Visible, specify whether the parameter is visible in the task details page. Comment optional, describe the parameter. Adding actions to the task definition. Under task definitions page, select the appropriate task definition. Under action section, click add action button. The edit action page appears. Specify the following: name, type, execution sequence, on event, success message and code. For name, enter the appropriate value. For type, select execute code. For on event, select create. For code, enter your SQL or PLSQL code. Now click create button. You can add multiple actions to a task definition. To add more actions, click the add action button. In this lesson, you understood approvals component and task definitions. Then you learned how to create and edit a task definition. I hope you